We're done with that. I don't want to get copywritten. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Q. Glad to be back. Y'all know I had to work today, right? Yeah, man. It's them long hours now. It's them long hours. It's them long hours, and we up here. We out here. Yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy. I live my hands in total. So, I was just playing y'all the Sunday service choir, and we need to talk about acts of service today. All right, the acts of service. Do I need to take this off, or do I need to keep it on? You know what I mean? Y'all liking them? If y'all rocking with them, I'm rocking with them because I really like them. All right, I like the boldness. All right, I'm here for them. But we can also do the show without them. We can do the show without them. I'm just put them to the side for now until my eyes start hurting, and then we're gonna get it back. But acts of service. I had a new discovery this year when I found out one of my love languages. What's your love language? Put your love language down in the chat. One of my love languages is definitely acts of service. I do like serving. I like giving. I feel like we talked about this before, but then again, I've had many conversations to where I said that I like giving. I like giving. I like doing. And that was kind of a discovery myself this year that was one of my love languages that I liked expressing was to be a service. When I'm with my friends, I like to cook. If I got it, I give. Give time, give you time to talk, give you time to feel, give you time to grow. There's multiple signs of service rather than just the physical aspect of giving, right? So am I too short? Chat, how we do this? Okay. Here, I want to show y'all my shirt, by the way. All right. I got this off my new favorite site, Temu. It's created with a purpose. Yeah, I like it because I like it. This is my new shirt. I ain't got a chance to take a shower yet, so I still got the work on me. But acts of service. So yeah, I love giving, and it's not just physical. It's all the things that you can the conversations that you have with your friends. Is it worthwhile? Are y'all just gossiping the whole time, or y'all talking about growth? How y'all can expand? Friends, family, colleagues. Are you making most of your time? Are you making that purposeful? How do you spend your time with your peoples? The people that you call family. They say you can't choose your family, but you can. You can choose who you can and who you can't keep inside of your life. Who you can and who you can't give your energy to. Who you can and who you can't. You can choose. That ain't scripture. You can't choose your family. You can. You can. Because family is more than just blood. All right. Y'all need to go further into that verse of blood is thicker than water. Y'all need to go further into it because there's something right after it. Go look at it. All right. Back in the day, whenever we asked what did something mean, we had to go pick up a Webster's dictionary and look it up. I can't just tell you everything. Matter of fact, I'm gonna encourage you to go pick up your Bible and go find that blood is thicker than water. I need you to go look. Go look and see what else that verse say. All right. This one is called service, free service. I was gonna name it service with a price. Y'all, I feel like I'm preaching on here the way I be having my notes and my bullet points, but it's just bullet points. You know what I mean? But I'm having a worthwhile conversation with y'all. All right. Sometimes, I'm down by my lonesome, just having these conversations with myself. So guess what? Might as well do it in front of a screen, press record, and let's go. Let's get it that way. That's the way I find it worthwhile. I find it comfortable. I find it effective. All right. So service with the price. Do you ever think about what you bring to the table? What you truly bring to the table? Whenever I ask people, why are they friends with people? Why they associate themselves with these people? What do they bring them? You know what I mean? Oh, you just laugh. We talking about some surface level stuff. I want to get into those deep waters. All right, we on the shallow end, and I don't really like that. You know what? I may not be able to swim the best, but guess what? I'm gonna put that life jacket on and I'm gonna go deeper. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. And I just can't invite people into my life willingly and openly if I don't have any plans of going deeper. Because my point of building on to any type of relationship is to make sure that it's worthwhile, long, ooh, excuse me, long lasted. You know what I mean? That's my intentions of anybody that I welcome in. Um, I'm not here for a good time. Um, so what do you friendship? What do you bring to your businesses? What do you bring to your intimate relationships? What do you bring to the table? And it's got to be more than what we see in the regular world of, well, you gotta pay my bill. What do you bring inside of the household when there's everything? What do you bring to the table? When you get all the financial worries out the way, what do you worry? How do you bring the mental capacity inside of that house? How do you change that culture around there? How do you do that? What do you do inside of that work environment to where you take the toxicity out? What do you bring to the table? Do you leave the room spinning with no answers, or do you leave it with direction and order? What do you bring to the table? These questions has got to be answered. And then service with the price. The reason why I named it that is because we think that we have to serve and we have to be rewarded right afterwards. Okay. Sometimes you can serve and there is no reward at the end. Physically, there's no reward at the end, but spiritually, mentally, what that does for you, just to know that you have done that with a genuine heart, with a heart of not wanting other than to give. You got to start thinking about it that way. It's not always what you can get out of it. It's about what that person got out of it from you. These are things to think on. These are things that you need to sit down and digest day by day. How did you change this person's life, this person's mind? How did you get them or challenge them to a point to where they can push themselves even further than they thought they could? And you can't take all that credit, but what do you bring to the table that can push that out of somebody else? And then right after you start talking about what you bring, after you sit around and you think about all these people that you've had around your life for years and years, that you've had these conversations with, do not be bound by a conversation. Do not be bound by secrets that you have entrusted in others. Because if you entrusted these things inside of that other person, you should know after you break it off, this person may or may not have that character to hold on to what you have told them in confidence. That speaks more on their character than yours. If you can walk away with your head up high and not worry, you should not be bound to a relationship just because of the information that they hold against you. That sounds like being a hostage rather than being a friend. So asking what you bring and then asking what they bring. And I'm saying friendship, but you can put this inside a business, right? A business may have helped you elevate from one point to another, right? And then when it's time for you to spread your wings and be fully independent by yourselves, and you may be more successful than the other business over here, right? You cannot be bound by the guilt because you have surpassed them, right? You can do nothing but credit them and try to elevate them the best you can, but you have to keep pushing because at the end of the world, you have to worry about your growth too. And you cannot be bound by somebody else. They helped you up when you was down. That's great. That's being grateful. But that can lead into the assets versus the liabilities. When do you make that decision? When does this friendship, when does this business, when does this intimate relationship become an asset, or when does it become a liability? When you have nothing but worries every single time you come home or come to the office. or get on the phone checking on your friend. Nothing but worries, nothing but pain, nothing but strife. When do you make when do you make that decision? Decision. I always mess up on my words. It's not going to be a stream with Q until I mess up on my words. And that's every stream. All right. So we're going to make sure that I get better with that. It's probably not helping with this gum. Probably not helping. I got some paper. Be like the church lady whenever she the usher. Got it out. All right. So we're going to talk proper, Kobe. The rest of the time. I probably should have said Jordan because he's right behind me, but that would have been disrespectful because we say Kobe. But when do you make that decision? When is it wise to say it's time for me to move on for myself? Self-reflection is a big part in that. Understanding how you're going to look from the public and understanding who you are. After you make those decisions for yourself, I will always tell you this, right? You will have those very unclassy moments, but make sure in public that you keep it classy towards everybody. Do not let the public know if you have a distaste in your mouth, because it says a lot more about your character, because you have those confidants that you have in your private life, and you got those constituents that you do not want to you do not want to give the information of a confidant to a constituent. Two different roles. Excuse me. So what is an asset versus what is a liability? An asset is somebody who brings value, right? And we're not just talking about something that, first of all, nothing is wrong with benefiting from somebody else. That's what that's what a great relationship is. But you got to make sure that you're not a liability on that end. Are you continually bringing your best to the table? And when you cannot, that's whenever the other party does level up, as it would be in reverse. But you always have to make sure that you are bringing something to the table. It's not wise to loathe, because you get comfortable, right? You get comfortable and then you become untrustworthy. What I do want to get into is you have to give we were talking about credit, and I'm going to keep this off. We were talking about credit last week, and giving yourself credit, acknowledging the credit. And this is not to brag on yourself and stuff, but you have to see a trend, right, of what you bring to the table, what you can get a commonality from other people and what they have to say about you. And I think that that's smart to start looking at. And I'm not saying put all of your being inside of others' opinions, right? But you have to understand that there's a line of consistency in you that you bring to others. And I think that that's wise to look at. And I know that I have bright ideas. I know that I can change cultures. I know that I can change mindsets. I know that I've been motivating, right? And I know that I may not know who's always watching, but I know that somebody is always listening. And that should be enough for everybody. That one should be a word for everybody. I may not know who's watching, but I know that somebody is always listening. And you have to make sure that you're holding yourself to that part every single every single day. You have to go with purpose, and we all fall short. We all have the moments. Trust me, I got them all the time. I be getting frustrated as soon as something ain't making no sense. This is the easy way to. And look here, you can try to get my weakness out of me, but that's okay. God's still working on me, so we gonna work on it. But as soon as stuff stop making sense, and I keep on getting information from every other direction, and it ain't making sense no more, that's when I'm getting heated. All right. Because I'm like, wait a minute, that don't add up. Hold on. But you just told me this. And matter of fact, I'm so matter of fact. I'm going to take your stuff literally, your information, your direction literally. And I'm doing it because I want you to be clear on what you want. That way there's no misconception later on. I want you to be clear. So that might be a little bit petty and all that, but that's I'm letting you know right now, and I'm then let people know I'm taking it literally, and them like, oh, you know when you with a girl and she like, yo, you over here making fun of me, and I don't like this. I don't like. Oh, I guess I won't say a joke ever again. I guess because where's the line? You know what I mean? Where is the line? You didn't make that clear. I can talk about this. Well, let me know if it was cool the last time and now it's not cool this time. How I'm supposed to know? How am I supposed to know? So I try to make sure that everything is clear, crystal clear. That way we ain't got to play like that no more. And I'm saying that. Hold on. I'm saying that to say this. That whenever, ooh, Lord have mercy. Hold on. It's been a long day, fam. It's been a long day. Okay. Anyway, y'all just had a brain fart in the middle of what you're trying to point to. Okay, somebody always listening. We ain't doing this. Nope. Okay. So anyway, all right. This is how we're gonna bump up. This is why I got my bullet points. All right. So I was talking about being an asset and not a liability. And then experiencing these things with people, and how it can be one information, how it can get sat off. I'm over here trying to tell y'all side stories and stuff, and it completely threw me off. Anyway, so how do you stay effective in your business relationship, in your friendship, in your intimate relationship? How do you stay effective in those areas? It's always looking for things, making your intention always to go solve something, right? I'm not saying you have to go solve or resolve. That's where we're gonna go with it. All right, because everything can seem sunny, but then it's those little things that sleep through the crevices. Sweet, just sneak on through them crevices as soon as everything is going good. But when it's bad, that's when the things start elevating, and then all of a sudden you're like, where did all this come from? And that's when we can start talking about clarity again. When you are always making sure that you are aware of some things that need to, first of all, you have to know that there's a time and a place for everything, a time to choose to handle this and a time not to. I'm the type of person, personally, I like to fix stuff. Every single where I see an issue, I want to fix it then and there. So my issue is completely just stopping sometimes and just saying, this don't need to be fixed right now. Just enjoy this moment. Excuse me. Because as soon as I see an issue and I see somebody else get disgruntled, I got to understand that they're not going to handle it the same way that I'm going to handle it. So I'll just sit there and I'm like, all right, let me fix it. And I'll keep pressing. And sometimes, Q, you got to back off. And as I'm learning that in this current season right here, I'm also learning that I am doing my due diligence in making sure that I can keep these relationships intact. But I notice the other end is not. And that's when you start whenever you peel back from some of these things, because these things are great. It's great to want to solve problems. It's great to want to fix things, correct? But it's also great to see if somebody is doing their due diligence to do the exact same thing that you are. And I'm not saying be the exact same. I'm not saying have the same approach, but actually making the actions to fix things. Having the same exact, because if you're carrying a business by yourself, it'll all fall down because it takes more than one person. One person don't make a business. I'm sorry, a multinational corporation. One person don't make that. And I want to acknowledge that with my whole team on Phenomenal Legacy. Q don't make that whole production, because guess what? Sometimes, first of all, it won't even be words on a paper. It just sometimes will be an idea. And I can't put an idea out by just myself. So I know that I've laid that consistency out of who I am to people around me. But I also understand that that I'm not perfect. I also understand that whoever I've been around is also challenging my growth. And even the people that you have to let go have challenged your growth because you made that decision to let go. So I don't want this to be overdrawn. I don't want to ramble on. Y'all didn't saw me get lost in the sauce just a minute ago, trying to get back on track to what I was talking about. But service with the price, sometimes whenever you are doing things, you cannot be expecting something, right? Because it's not for, sometimes you just have to go out there and speak and know that you did your job. You don't have to see the finished product. That's when you go down years down the line, like, man, whatever you said or whatever you did, that really helped me. And you thought nothing of it. That's just like giving in general. Hey, man, you know, I got this extra left over. You want this right here? They take that and they were like, man, I was down on my last thing. I didn't know how they was going to eat or nothing like that. And you gave this to me. It's something so small, but it means so much to other people. So free service. Free service. And sometimes you've been giving free service to your friends that ain't really your friends. They want to call it leeching. No. We're not going to. Your good kind. You don't need to throw it back in their face. You don't need to say, I did this. I'm the reason for it. You don't need to do that, Q. I'm saying that to Q. You don't need to do that. Because you were serving. You were doing the things that you were supposed to do. I don't want that to feel like an attack on anybody. I don't want that to feel like an attack on anybody. That's why I'm calling myself out right here. Your acts of service is not for it's not the benefit of you. It's for the benefit of others. And it's always others. It's always others. So make sure that you keep on serving. And don't be looking for a reward. That's not the intention of a service. It's to help. And then after that, you'll truly be fulfilled. Because you're not looking for a reward at the end. My greatest reward is knowing that I've changed something, changed someone. A simple circumstance was changed. And that's it. That's all. I'm glad y'all came to the podcast today. It was a short one. But it's right before Thanksgiving. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all some food, get well fed, stay served up. Make sure, matter of fact, I challenge y'all to do this week. Serve somebody a plate. Serve somebody a plate. The smallest thing. Serve somebody happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. That person you ain't talked to in a little while and stuff like that. You talk to them, let them know you're thinking about it in this holiday season. Sit there and serve somebody. And then don't think about those people that you've done so much for in the past and they didn't do nothing for you. Once they lose it, they know they can't use it no more. Once they lose it, they know they can't use it no more. And then they'll figure out what they had and how much they were served. God bless y'all. See y'all later. This was awesome. Woo!